Hello everyone, welcome back to the Heffy Doodle channel. My name is Steph and today I am here to show you how I made this Christmas card. If you're anything like me, maybe sometimes you find yourself in a crafty slump. Well, Christmas crafts always pulls me right back out of that. Today we'll be using the Santa's Village stamp set, the special delivery stamp set for the sentiment and some of those cute presents. I'll also be using 2 of these border dies, and these will be my main colours today. This first step is going to seem a little repetitive, and that's because it is. All I'm doing here is using the adorable shops from this stamp set, and I'm just stamping it all over my white piece of cardstock, alternating between using the red and the brown, sticking to a very simple colour scheme. When I was looking for inspiration on what to make for this month's project, I looked on the Heffy Doodle blog and website, and I found this stamp set is actually retired. It is still in stock as of the time I'm making this video, so you know what that means. If you enjoy this project and you want to recreate it for yourself, now is the perfect time to grab this stamp set. This is the only Heffy Doodle Christmas set I currently have. I did see there is one with adorable elves, and that would also make for perfect images for a card just like this. My last step for this background is to simply go in and fill in all these big gaps with the tiny stamps from the Santa's Village stamp set. So I'm using the little lolly, the candy cane, and the gingerbread. While my background is drying, I'm going to stamp out these images, essentially using what was left in the stamp set. So I've got Santa, an elf, and Mrs. Claus here with a couple of presents. Some of these presents and all of the envelopes are from the special delivery stamp set. So I'm combining a few things here to make this little scene. My colouring, as always, is super simple. I only ever use 2 markers in one area, a lighter one, a darker one for some shadows, and then I blend out with the lighter one again. I'm keeping this colour scheme very simple, just like my background, so that it doesn't get too wild, just using some reds, greens, browns, and just a tiny bit of grey. I'll leave you with some music while I colour these in, and also while I add some white jelly roll highlights at the end. As I mentioned earlier, I'm using my sentiment from the special delivery stamp set. There were no words or sentiments in the Santa's Village set, so I looked through the rest of my collection for something that would work perfectly, and I thought this paired with the letters was absolutely perfect. I'm going to be heat embossing this sentiment. I've just stamped it on a piece of black cardstock that I'd cut with the standard banner die, and then I'm going to add some white embossing powder and heat that up. While I cut my white cardstock with the largest of the whimsically wonky dies, that one is such a mouthful, especially when you've got some speech issues like I do, but it always does make me laugh when I try to say it. Whimsically wonky. There we go. I got there in the end. For my piece of vellum, I have used one of the Showtime frame dies. I really like this one in particular. There's just something about it. I've used it a couple of times for my projects on this channel. It's just got a really nice, neat shape to it. And as you can see, this vellum has just muted that background a little bit so that it's not too bright. You can still see it, but the attention will be on the images that are on the top of it. And as you can see, here I am just gluing down these images where I think they will go best, and I am flipping up that vellum and just adding a few little dots of glue behind them, and that will hide my glue. My main characters, Santa, Mrs. Claus, and that little elf, all have some foam squares on the back. While I've got you here, I would love to know, what do you do when you get into a bit of a crafty slump? I mentioned before, I've been having trouble getting motivated with my crafts. Please let me know in the comments whenever you're feeling like that, what gets you back in the crafty mood. And there we have it. This adorable Christmas card is complete. I'd love to know what you think of it, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to follow the Heffy Doodle channel. I'll be back next month with another project. Bye for now.